Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to our channel. All right guys, I'm going to be doing a week ahead reading for you like I always do on Mondays. I hope that you guys are doing well, that you had a really great weekend and you're ready to take on this week. All right, the first card that's coming out for you is Valley. This card says deep personal strength and peace that assure success. Okay. We have four-leaf clover, which is really interesting since it is March. Talks about great good fortune. Great good fortune coming your way. Okay, that's good. Good karma coming your way. Really good. We also have Lily here. This talks about spiritual love, whether that is just like a soulmate coming in or a soulmate that you're deepening your bonds with. That could be a friend, family member, or even a lover. You have spiritual love this week. We have Hills. All right, Hills talks about obstacles to overcome, which is interesting because we also had Valley here, right? But even if you have obstacles to overcome, you have deep personal strength and peace that will assure your success. So even if there's a little hiccup this week, just know that you have the strength to overcome it, okay? You're very resilient. You're more resilient than you give yourself credit for. We have Dagger. This talks about fear, worries, or tense situations. There could be a very tense or intense situation happening this week. Know that you are, strong enough to deal with that, to overcome that. It's not going to take anything from your shine, but there could be a little bit of an irritation here. Irritable conversation, irritating person that will be crossing paths with you this week. And last but not least, we have Spear. All right, Spirit talks about heartache over what you no longer have. Now, this could be you, Sag, but this could also be someone, maybe this irritating energy that's coming towards you. Someone is really heartbroken over what they've lost. Someone could have mishandled you. Someone could have mishandled funds. Someone could have mishandled a situation and they're no longer having that. So that could be that dagger situation that you may be experiencing this week. And we're definitely going to see because we're jumping into your reading right now. All right. So this is for my Sagittarius, masculines and feminines alike, Sagittarius and Sagittarius placements. What can they expect for this week ahead? What can they expect this week ahead? What's happening for my Sagittariuses? What can they expect? Give me some messages for Saggy. What's unfolding this week and what can they expect? What do they need to be aware of? Give me some messages for my Sagittarius is watching. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have Judgment. Okay, so there's some type of wake-up call that's coming towards you this week. Could be something that you're not aware of. Maybe some type of negative influence around you. Because I'm seeing this, right? Nine of Cups is here. So you do have something to be very proud of or to be happy of. You have achievements here. I always see this card as like having your trophy case behind you. So you're making a lot of achievements, you're making strides, you could be changing very positively, but it feels like for some reason, and this did come out in yesterday's reading I did on Sunday, there's this energy of the Eight of Swords, okay? Self-doubt and fear. And it may not be your own doing. This could be people around you, okay? This could be a certain environment around you. And I do see you actively trying to move away from this. You don't want those negativities to bleed off onto you. There's something here that's making you very hesitant or even indecisive about moving forward with your life or taking a new action, trying a new interest, a new hobby, dating someone new. it's like too much outside opinions, or even just the negativity, dagger, which talks about fear, worries, and tense situations, could be a tense situation around you that's not allowing you to step out into your power. Now, I do see that this is going to be resolved by the end of the week. Something's going to be more peaceful for you. You are going to be in a more calmer mood or energy. And the star always talks about like maybe a miracle happening at your least likely time. So even when you have given up hope, hope is being renewed for you in some type of situation that's going to allow you to really dump this negative energy, something that's not your own to hold or carry. I see that this could be happening because you are actively walking away from something that no longer serves you, okay? You are moving on. You're making it known that you're moving forward. You may not feel emotionally tied to a situation anymore. Your feelings have changed about a person or a situation or even just an environment. And you are now moving towards what feels more homely for you, what feels more safe, what feels more passionate. All right. And I feel like someone's trying to make you feel bad about that. It does feel that way, especially with the Eight of Swords. Someone's almost trying to confine you, make you overthink your steps, make you overthink your thoughts, make you overthink this decision to move forward. All right, so someone here is trying to dim your intuition, your inner gut in some way. And we will talk about this energy in just a second. Now, I am seeing some type of party vibes happening this week for you. So there could be a social gathering that's really going to lift your spirits. And you could be also releasing, maybe if you've been like staying away from social situations, if you've been staying away from partying, you're releasing your inner inhibitions. Feel the rays on your skin. No, I'm just kidding. All right, but you really are. Like, I see you letting your freak flag fly. I see you just having fun, letting your hair down. It feels really good to get out of this very confined space. It's like you're going to go out and you feel total freedom. And you're realizing how much you miss this. All right. So something is leaving your life, or you're leaving a situation and environment, but I feel like that situation is trying to draw you back in, and it can be very intense. And I also see that you're not the type of person to be combative these days. You don't like to meet aggression with aggression because you feel like it just kind of like lowers your vibrations. Okay. But there's something here that's trying to keep you in this circle. And as you're stepping out of this circle, it's just like you're being met with aggression or something like that. All right. So you have things to really have fun with and be proud of this week, but you also have some irritating energy around you as well. Let's go ahead and just jump into this reading and see what's going on here. Let's clarify the Eight of Cups. What are you leaving behind right now? What is Sagittarius deciding to leave behind? You could be overthinking this quite a bit, but I do still see that you're taking forward movement. You're taking action to move. You're working through your uncertainty. Tell me about the Eight of Cups for Sag. All right, the Chariot. Yes. You're going to where life is going to be more successful for you, more successful outcomes. There was a situation that was just holding you back, holding you down. I also see like career success happening for you as you're moving forward. You're deciding not to stay maybe in a certain department, maybe in a certain industry, a job, a corporation, whatever it is. And that movement allows more momentum to come into your life, more faster progress to come into your life. I also feel like the obstacles become less. So something was just very difficult, burdensome to deal with, and where you're headed, yes, there's going to be ups and downs, but it's nothing compared to what you were dealing with in the past. All right, so you're moving towards more success. You also could be going towards the grass is greener with that Chariot, because it's all about leveling up. So you're going to more leveled up or higher energy relationships, connections, jobs, career, family, environments. You're just kind of leveling up here, or you're looking to level up. You know that you have outgrown some type of space, okay? Also, one thing that's making you very happy right now is your wealth. So, if you are wealth building, if you are having a lot of achievement with your money, or even just working hard to make that happen, that's making you very happy. So, if you need a good distraction right now, work is the answer, okay? Whatever you're working towards is going to bring in much more stability and wealth towards you, and that makes you very, very fulfilled. All right, tell me more about the Eight of Cups. Someone could be very like perplexed about how fast you're moving on from a situation, how fast you pivoted. Okay, you're a mutual sign. It's very easy for you to adapt into new spaces, new situations. But I feel like someone is very perplexed about this. They're like thrown off, you know. It's like it's really irritating their soul how fast you pivoted from A to B. Okay, maybe that was planned, like someone messed up a plan for you, took away an opportunity, you had a plan B and you went for it. All right, definitely, definitely. All right, let's see what's going on here. Tell me more about the Eight of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups. Okay, there's an energy of heart opening this week as well. Your heart is opening because you're in the right spaces, or you're somewhere where you're not being taken for granted. You're somewhere where you're being appreciated, and therefore your heart is opening much more. Okay, so I see a very nurturing spirit that you have, especially with the sun being on the bottom of the deck. Sun does talk about like child energy, so you could be nurturing your inner child this week. Maybe you're doing some fun things like going out, or you could be playing card games with someone, or you could be, you know, watching maybe old shows from your childhood, but you're nurturing your inner child this week and it makes you feel really, really good. All right, so getting back into nostalgia of things from your past, that would make your inner child happy. And I also see you being nurturing to new energies. So someone again could be really, you know, like it's mind blowing them that you walked away from this situation and then you're nurturing something else right off the bat. All right. So someone could be missing out on that. That's what I was getting with the spear energy. Okay. Again, this is heartache over what you no longer have. Someone's realizing they fumbled you, you know, maybe as a employee, maybe as a friend, a lover, a family member. Someone fumbled you here, and they're very taken back by how you're nurturing your next space, your next environment, your next industry, job. You're nurturing your next friend, you're nurturing your next lover. Okay, so you definitely have your heart opening up because you're in the right space now. You've cleared house. You've walked away from where you had to protect yourself to now where you could be open. All right, let's talk about the Three of Cups. That seems super exciting. What's going to happen at this party that Sagittarius could be going to? Or maybe it's a social gathering that's going to be very uplifting, high vibrations, okay? There's a lot of bonding here. There's a lot of attraction here. Let's see what's going on with that Three of Cups. It's a group environment. Tell me about the Three of Cups for Sagittarius. What's happening? Six of Cups. Okay, something again is speaking to your inner child. So there's a lot of fun that you're having at this group gathering. You also have the Six of Wands. You definitely are going to be main character there as well, okay? With the Six of Wands. You could also be getting a lot of recognition from the people that you're meeting at this party. You know, people may say, hey, I know you from social media. Or they may say, I heard a lot about you. I want to get to know you better. Or they're even complimenting your hair, your outfit, your scent. You know, there's a lot of recognition and admiration coming your way from this event. So if you were worried about going because you do have something that's kind of fracturing you, or a disappointment having coming from this irritable energy, you definitely should get out the house and go. Don't self-sabotage, especially because you have the Eight of Swords here, which because of doubt and fear and insecurities, we tend to self-sabotage. So if you get this invitation this week, don't self-sabotage, maybe because you're in a little bit of a funk. This will be just what you need, okay? You have the Six of Cups, so you could also be seeing people from your past, positive connections. You're reconnecting with people. People are really excited to see you. They almost like put you on this pedestal. So you could be seeing old friends. Maybe you're seeing an old lover that you don't have bad beef with, or It just feels very comforting because nostalgia is like Six of Cups is a very comforting energy where you can kind of just relax. You don't have to be on guard. So I just see you having a really great time. Tell me about some of the people you'll be meeting or spending time with. Tell me about that. Release your inhibitions. I don't know why I keep hearing that song. It's funny. Okay, let's see. Tell me about some of the people that Sag will be meeting at this party, this event, this gathering, whatever it may be. Maybe you're hanging out with coworkers. Who knows? Okay. We have the Queen of Swords. And who else? And we have the Death card. Okay, definitely meeting people who have had some type of big glow up, like Death card energy. I feel like that was one of the people you may meet as well in your Sunday reading. Go watch that, okay? But with the Death card, could be meeting a Scorpio, could be meeting someone who had a deep transformation, a big glow up. Okay, they could be on the other side of that transition versus being within it. So they have already released what used to be and now they're embracing new, and they could be feeling good at the place that they landed after this Death card, this transitional energy. You also have the Queen of Swords. There's a feminine here who could be very intelligent. You guys could bond intellectually. This person could be a little guarded though. They do have pain. Someone here also needs to release their inhibitions. All right, I need to stop. Tell me about this Queen of Swords. Okay, there's someone here who also needs to let their hair down and have some fun. They're a little uptight, okay? But it's because there's some type of bad taste in their mouth. They dealt with something not so nice recently, okay? And this person could be a little guarded, but I see that this is someone significant that you'll be meeting as well. It's a feminine. And then you also have that Death card energy, which could be any gender. Let's see. Tell me about the Queen of Swords here. What's going on with this person? All right, calm over emotion. This person doesn't show a lot of emotion, first and foremost. They could have a very calm, reserved demeanor. But in some way, I feel like you're going to get this person out of their shell, or they're even getting you out of your shell. You guys both kind of need this outing, okay? I do see that this person and you are going to have a very focused conversation, one where no one else in the room matters. It's just you and them focusing on some type of theme or conversation topic. And it could be a bonding moment. Yeah, could be talking about gain. So just like the achievements that you guys have right now going on. Oh, I just got promoted. Oh, I just, bought a new home. I just got a new car. I'm meeting you. That could be a gain, right? There's also a talk about marriage, okay? So look out for that. There could be talks about marriage, whether someone is interested in marriage or not. Obviously, this Queen of Swords is not. So they may say that. They may put a very bold opinion out there that may become a topic of conversation around the room about marriage or no marriage, okay? So there's definitely a conversation about that. There's also conversation about travels, adventure, trying new things, new events, like definitely leaving the party, talking about the next thing that everybody wants to do together, okay? In the Death card energy, synergy. This is someone that you're going to blend and mingle with very well during this event. All right, look out for that Scorpio, or look out for this person who may have a lot of death about them. The eyes as well. I always think Scorpios have very deep, intense eyes. This person could be very mysterious, a little bit private at first, but I see you and this person getting along very well with the synergy card here. You guys blend personalities very well to where you guys will bond very greatly during this event. This could be the person who sits right next to you, okay? And you guys just end up speaking the whole night or the whole day whenever this event is happening. So there's something there with that Death card energy. Yeah, there's something there with that Death card energy. We have indulgence here. So there's a lot of joy. There's a lot of interactions. really being really close to each other, okay? Being in each other's space. I don't know what that's about. Could be sitting on, like, not on top of each other, but sitting right next to each other, touching arms, elbows. I don't know. Maybe touching some hands by the end of the night. Who knows? But you and this person definitely do seem like the life of the party, okay? All right. Moving on. You know, even with the height of this fun that you're going to be having and you moving away from a very weird situation, there's still this energy that is making you overthink, overanalyze, okay? We have the Eight of Swords. We also have hesitation. People could be putting their opinions on you right now, but it's not out of love. It's not like constructive criticism. It's almost like fear mongering, all right? Let's see what's going on with that. Tell me about the Eight of Swords. You're really going to have to tune that noise out, Sag. You're really going to have to set some big boundaries, okay? And it may be hard for you to do because you don't want to meet aggression with aggression. You don't want to meet tension with tension. But something has to give because something has you going in this loop, over analyzing yourself, overly critical of your next moves, and it's just not healthy for where you're needing to go. Tell me about the Eight of Swords here. All right, we have meditation. So yes, quieting the noise. You know, you're going to have to quiet the noise. If you have to mute someone, literally, if you have to put someone on do not disturb, if you have to block them, don't feel bad about that because you really need to listen to your own thoughts. Someone is just putting too much of their own opinion over your life as if it's their life, like they're living through you. And it's really like a mood killer, okay? So definitely needs to silence the noise. If you do know how to meditate, that would be very beneficial for you at this time. Someone could be under the guise of the lovers, you know, saying that they're looking out for you, your best interest, but all it's doing is just making you really afraid to try something new or to do something new. And it's also a sense of control with that Eight of Swords, so it's not healthy. This person needs to, you know, take a nap in the nicest way I could say, okay? Let's see, Eight of Swords here. Yeah, Two of Pentacles. You know, it's okay if this person with the Lovers card, if they're like maybe a family member or maybe they're a friend and they do feel like they're looking out for your best interest, balance is everything. Moderation. I don't need you calling me every day criticizing the things that I'm doing, giving me your unwarranted opinion, okay? So there's almost this thing of like, I need to set this person straight and tell them, not today, not never. You know, maybe take a load off, take a vacation. I don't need that this month. And what I do see about this person, you do see value in them with the Two of Pentacles. So you bring something to the table of this connection, they bring something to the table. You don't want to dismiss their value, but you also do not want that control. It's too much pressure. It's too much pressure is what I'm seeing here. It's too micromanagey. Yeah, it's too micromanagey. Someone is super hyper fixated on your life and controlling your life, controlling your schedule, controlling your plans. And, you know, you really need to ask this person, why don't you turn inward and do that for yourself? Okay? Like this person may feel like they're doing you a favor, but it's too much. It's too much pressure. And it's not healthy for you at this point. So you definitely need to set someone straight here. Someone that you may have allowed them to walk over you for too long. It's time to actually cut it down to size, okay? You could be a little hesitant about that. You're worried about maybe where that will leave you and this person. Would it damage our connection? Would it damage what they think of me, what they perceive of me? That's the problem though, Sag. What this person perceives of you is holding you back. Like, we don't care what they perceive about you. It's about how you perceive yourself. Tell me about what you're a little hesitant here to do. Now, also, this hesitation is someone else. There's someone looking towards you who's hesitant to say something, to do something, maybe even to apologize with the Two of Swords. So let's see what that's about. Someone's very hesitant here. outside of you. You know this, the high priestess, so your intuition is showing you how someone is hesitant. Maybe someone's hesitant to ask you out. Could be this person, the death card energy that you're hanging out with. Maybe there's attraction there, like, romantic attraction. Someone's a little hesitant to ask you out or to date you or something like that. With the high priestess, maybe you could see how maybe this person could be intimidated because you may know a lot about them with the high priestess. You know someone's secrets, or you're just very reserved. You almost play hard to get. Someone wants to ask for your number. They want to take things further with you, whatever that means. Maybe they already have your number, but they want to ask you on a date. Maybe you guys have hung out. Now they want to kiss you. I don't know. But someone here who's fascinated by you, you can tell how nervous they get around you or how they second guess their actions around you, okay? You know this though, high priestess. Or if you're doing this, whoever you're doing this to, they know. What is this? All right, we have memory. Could be someone from your past. Could be someone who has all these, you guys are making all these beautiful memories, but they're too afraid to act on it, to act on what this could be. Someone's a little nervous around you here. Like someone has this idea, they're trying to plan, they're trying to strategize, what they want with you. This person also could be making suggestions instead of saying it, like they're afraid to make that first move. This person has a vision for what you guys could be. It doesn't have to be romantic, but for most of you, it is. It could also just be someone who wants a deeper bond with you. They are making memories with you, or they're stuck in this loop of past memories if this is a past person. All right, so nothing is happening between you and this person this week, but what can you tell me about the future, the near future? All right. Baby steps, right? Baby steps. And this card says to rise again. Someone keeps falling short because they keep putting out innuendos instead of just keeping it all the way real. Someone keeps making suggestions, but they're not just being forthright, and it doesn't land well. Okay, and this also gives me like baby steps. Someone is taking baby steps, and maybe that's what's needed right now. Maybe someone is not meant to just rush in with this big offer. Maybe this person is meant to just take their time or even build their confidence, right? Because insecurity is not a positive in connection. So maybe someone just needs to build their confidence here. I just see this person sneaking around maybe their feelings for you. That's what I'm seeing here. All right. Now, this person definitely is a traditional type of friend, lover, family member, whoever they are. With the Hierophant, they're very traditional. They want monogamy, they want consistency, but right now they don't feel confident enough to just say what they need to say. So they're almost like sneaking around you, but nothing can get past you because you are the high priest or the high priestess. Okay, so you already know you are waiting on this person to perform or to act. It's taking them some time. All right. And last but not least, you have the Star. So I see you getting into a great routine of self-care. You really are pampering yourself by the end of this week, okay? I also see great, like getting your health together. So maybe you did schedule those appointments that we talked about. Maybe you are going to the doctor's office. Maybe you are going to the hairdresser, the barber. You could be taking care of your health, taking vitamins daily. Your skin is clearing up in a major way. So you're kind of glowing, you're radiating here. You also have popularity happening for you with the Star. So getting more fame, notoriety. Even with this outing that you have a lot of popularity with the Six of Wands. So you're becoming way more popular. And you have some type of miracle coming in, a blessing it's like rebuilding your faith in the universe. All right, what is that? The Star. Tell me all about the Star for Sag. All right, something's going to click for you here. Something's going to click for you about some type of hardship that you went through, some disappointment, some devastation, maybe even a period of like low emotional state like depression. Something's finally going to click for you. We started off this reading saying that you're getting a wake-up call. All right, so things ended in your life, right? Ten of Swords. Things ended. Something ended that could not be revisited again. It was time to make your peace with this and move forward. This could have been a very terrible time for you with the Three of Swords. Could have been a lot of heartbreak, disappointment, maybe insecurity because you felt like, damn, something was lost. And even with the Spear here, again, you went through heartache over what you no longer have. But something is finally going to click to you why that had to leave your life. Maybe for you to be able to forge your own path ahead. Maybe for you to not be influenced by whatever this was and to do something great that was going to change the trajectory for your life. So that is finally coming to you. You're getting some type of epiphany, or something is clicking finally, where you're no longer holding on to that weight of what used to be. You're no longer feeling sad. You're no longer feeling like you lost something. You're no longer in grief. So that is coming to an end by the end of this week. Something is making sense. And it could be because certain things are starting to align in your life that show progress. Before, there wasn't much progress. Now you have a lot of great fortune coming towards you. You have spiritual love that's aligning with you. You are able to overcome your obstacles much easier. And you have deep personal strength and peace that is assuring your success, your forward movement. So you finally understand why something didn't work out. And it probably didn't work out because you were going to hate it. I just posted that on my Instagram the other day. Or it didn't work out because it was like literally influencing you from going in the right direction. All right. Let's get some goddess cards to end this off for you. Give me some messages for my Saggies watching. What do they need to know today for the rest of this week? What energies are coming towards them this week that they need to be aware of? All right, we have the goddess Diana, and this is the card of focused intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. That's on the bottom of the deck for you. We have Nemotona. This is the goddess of sacred space. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect with divine. Yes, your connection with divine needs to become a little bit stronger. So really good time for prayer, for setting intentions, for altar work if you have an altar, or just going to spiritual institutions to set your intentions, to make your peace. All right. And we have Una. Okay, easy does it. This one says, there is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. Trust divine timing, Sag. Trust divine timing. And last but not least, we have Goddess Kali of endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. I feel like this is the breakthrough that you're getting this week. You realize if that old did not go away, if things didn't end in a very major way for me, then the new would not be able to be in my life. I'll still be stuck in the same loop. Okay. So I feel like from that understanding, you're going to be a much happier sage. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. Make sure to like the video, comment down below if you have something to say, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys very soon in your next one. Bye, guys.